Today, we're diving into a really powerful story. It's all about wealth, identity, and, what happens when someone's entire world just crumbles, leaving nothing but a ghost to guard what was lost. All right, so let's start with this quote, because it's really the heart of the whole thing. This isn't just a story about cash in the bank. Nope. It's about how money can literally rewrite your name, change who you are in the eyes of everyone else. And believe me, this idea, it sets the stage for everything we're about to see. So let's get into it. We're going to meet our main character, Harold Chandra. But to really get his story, we first have to look at what was happening around him. See, the fortunes of some other folks in his village, they were changing in a big, big way. And I mean, look how literal this change is. You've got Martin, just a regular villager who suddenly becomes Martin Singh after getting a job as a constable. Then there's Caleb, who becomes Caleb Dean when he's made the village head. It's like their new status is just tacked right onto their names. It's a public announcement, a constant reminder to everyone, hey, I'm important. And while they're climbing the ladder, the man at the heart of our story, well, his journey is going in the complete opposite direction. This is Harold Chandra. And while their names were getting bigger, his story was one of decline, of losing the very thing everyone else was chasing. So let's just trace this fall from grace, shall we? 20 years ago, Harold was the man, a successful factory owner, a sugar producer with a booming business. But then the market turned. Cheap imported sugar flooded in and just wiped him out completely. The factory, the land, the customers, poof, gone. Until all he had left to his name were 5 little acres and 2 oxen. But here's the thing about Harold, and this quote just nails it. Even when he was dirt poor, forced to do the most menial jobs, he never lost his dignity. He still walked with his head held high, spoke with that same old firmness. The money was gone, for sure, but the man he became back when things were good, that part of him, that never faded. Okay, so this brings us to a real turning point. Harold gets sick. And this illness, it becomes the ultimate test for his neighbors. The same guys whose names got a whole lot bigger as their wallets got fatter. It's this thing they call the autumn fever. And this isn't just some cold he can shake off. No, this thing hangs on for months. His son Gerald, he's trying everything, every herbal remedy in the book, but nothing's working. And Harold, he knows. He knows his time is running out. So who shows up? Martin Singh, the constable. He pays Harold a visit and offers up some advice. Hey, you should take some quinine. But listen to Harold's reply. Then bring it. It's so flat, so indifferent. He sees right through it, He knows this is just a performance, not a real offer to help. And when you know it, the very next day, Caleb Dean, the village head, shows up and does the exact same song and dance. And he gets the exact same tired response from Harold. Then bring it. See, visiting a sick person, it's easy. It costs you nothing. But actually helping, that's a different story. And of course, the medicine never came. And so the outcome is, well, it's as simple as it is tragic. After 5 long months of suffering, basically abandoned by the people who could have done something, Harold died. And just like that, with Harold gone, the whole community's attention pivots. Instantly. Not on the man they lost, but on the one thing he had left. Those 5 acres of prime land. And we're talking prime real estate here. Super fertile, right near a well. Everybody wanted a piece of it. The wealthy farmers, they immediately start circling, pressuring the landlord, a Mr. Carter, with bribes and better offers. Now, to his credit, at first, Carter does the right thing. He says the land is reserved for Harold's son, Gerald. But you just knew there was going to be a catch, right? And here it is. The rent has skyrocketed. Carter is now demanding £10 an acre. For Gerald, who just spent every last penny on his father's funeral, that's an impossible number. There's just no way. So, completely crushed by debt, Gerald has to sell the last symbols of his family's legacy, his father's 2 oxen. And guess who buys them? Yep, Martin Singh. The image of Gerald just clinging to those animals as they're led away, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. It's the final nail in the coffin. The last physical piece of his father's life, gone. That night, Gerald doesn't eat a thing. And the next morning, He's just gone, vanished, without a single trace. But this is where the story takes a really strange turn, because it's not the end. With Gerald's disappearance, this family's tragedy starts to morph into something else, a chilling local legend, all centered on that very piece of land they lost. A few days later, the sightings start. First, his wife Susan swears she sees him, standing silently by the empty trough where the oxen used to be, and then he just fades away. Then Caleb Dean, the guy who ended up with the land, goes to plow the fields, and he sees him too, Gerald, standing right on the boundary line. Caleb starts walking towards him, and the figure, it just jumps straight into the well. You can just imagine, total panic rips through the village. Caleb Dean is so freaked out that he never sets foot on those fields again. The very land he schemed and bribed to get, he completely abandons it. It's now untouchable, haunted. So let's just tally the score here, right? What's the final outcome? For Caleb Dean, his profit is a big, fat 0. He got nothing but a ghost story and a whole lot of fear. Gerald's family, well, they're surviving. His son gets a job, but their honor, their name in the village, it's gone. And the land itself, well, the land now belongs to a silent ghost. And you know, this might be the most haunting part of the whole story. The spirit, it isn't angry. It's not out for revenge. It doesn't hurt anyone, doesn't even speak. It just stands there, on the edge of the fields, watching. It's almost like just seeing the land is enough for him. He's become its silent, eternal guardian. So this whole story really leaves us with a pretty deep question, doesn't it? Harold, he lost his fortune, but he held on to his dignity. His son, Gerald, he lost everything else and became a ghost, a kind of silent protest against a world that cared more about a piece of dirt than a human life. It really makes you think. When you strip everything away from a person, the money, the status, even their physical body, what's left? What's the one part of them that remains? And what does it take to protect it?